Christ Liz. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this season of Hanging Out with Temi. And Hanging Out with Temi, I've got Miss Solomon. How are you, Heidi? Heidi.
Good, thank you. I'm traveling tonight in a few hours. I'm going to the airport, so
I'm
very
shocked.
pleased to be here with you. I just wanted to come here and wish the birthday girl happy birthday and wish you all the happiness, all the beautiful moments in life, moment by moment by moment. So happy birthday, Tammy. You
Oh,
bless all our
wow.
lives. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much. that's that's surprising, really. Thank you so much. Miss Greatness, how are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you very much. And equally, I can only echo those sentiments of a very, very happy birthday to you. As usual, you have showed us how you made that day beautiful. And yes, you know what I always say, it's just the launch of the celebration. So we will continue celebrating this birthday this week.
Everlastingly and eternally.
Indefinitely. We will celebrate. Yeah.
Indefinitely. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, ladies. Amazing. Thank you. I was so overwhelmed with love, and I got to even weak at the end of the day. So I was saying to Heidi when I spoke with Heidi, I said, Heidi, the love is so, so much. And Heidi's like, it's not you. They celebrate Jesus in your life. Just absorb it. Just take it. Don't be don't be overwhelmed. I'm like, that helps a lot. So truly, she said, no, they have
Yeah.
God in your life. So God through you is what they're celebrating. That is wonderful. So thank you. And I
Yes.
love my birthday indefinitely that Lisa says you make beautiful, you make birthday look beautiful as usual. That was fantastic. Thank you so much, ladies. And also, can I use the opportunity to say thank you to everybody that has been wishing me a happy birthday, card, gift, like you never believe. And I said to them, don't give gifts. Okay. Your love, and I mean it. Your love is more than any gift ever. Truly, I'm very humbled, and I thank God, and truly for you guys, and I wish you all the very, very best more. And I pray that, in good health, we'll be able to be together, real friendship forever and eternally. I just pray. In Jesus' name. Amen. So thank you so much. Heidi is going to the airport. We're going to make it very quick and sharp. But we got this amazing family from Tanzania, and amazing. And I can't even tell you how much I love these people individually and collectively. So, so much. And you will learn more about them very shortly. But before we bring them, we're going to go on a quick break and we'll discuss about the book that ID sent to us. And I really want to understand the book. I think I've got a grip of it at the moment. And at least, we've been studying this book, and we will just come and harness it just to land it properly, because really I didn't understand it. And when Heidi was talking, I thought it was what are you talking about? It was very foreign. But I think now I got a grip, and I'm sure Lisa as well. So we're gonna go on a quick break. We'll discuss about this book, and then we'll bring the Mackidays on the show. We'll be back. Welcome back. We're still discussing about the book written by Sherry Agoff that was talking about our topic, be an independent thinker at all times as a woman. Independent thinker. And I think really as a normal person, you should be independent. But I think it's not that you should not be reasonable and listen to other people's point of view. But the essence of this, I think, it's basically to be able to make an informed decision and not letting the other influences on you to to override what you believe really, really good for you. It says one of the things that I'm going to be talking about a few things that I got from the book. One of the things that it says in the book, which Sherry says, is you should never, I love this, you should never care about what a man thinks of you until it demonstrates to you that he cares about making you happy. Otherwise, it says, send them whence to where they come from. I guess this must be from the start when probably you're dating, like don't compensate as we normally would do in those days. We'll compensate. We let society dictate to us as a woman what you have to do, what you have to think. So now the girls are thinking very independently, and they're very certain and sure of who they are and what they're going to uh, you know what they're going to take or what not going to take. So you should never care about what a man thinks of you. Can I say, when I looked at that, I don't think that is a bad thing, because if you think about uh if you care about what a man or anybody says about you, if you're gonna be like yo-yo. Today they tell you you're beautiful, then you're happy. Tomorrow they tell you you're not beautiful, then you're not happy. That's my understanding of that. That you should never care about them. If somebody says, for example, I'm fat, I expect you to set me up with a gym. I expect you to take me to not take me, encourage me to go to gym. And not putting me down, but making me to make me better if I want it. If I'm happy with my fat, my size, then I'm happy with my size. And if you're not happy with my size, then you go whence you come from. That's my understanding of that point. I'm going to ask you, Liz, what do you think about that point? Don't care about what a man tells you.
Yeah, I think the way she puts it together in terms of, until he demonstrates that he really cares about your happiness, in that regard, I do agree because, I mean, if you don't care about my happiness, why would I care about what you think about me?
Yeah.
So, yeah, but overall, I think that there is a need for maybe having that window open in terms of what does this guy think about me, because it's always good to reflect and to discuss, just in case there is a misunderstanding whatsoever. But generally speaking, I mean, if you don't care about my happiness, I mean, what you think about me doesn't even matter.
But at what stage would this happen? I'm thinking if you're getting into a relationship, but sometimes you don't really know what you're getting into fully until you get into it, and then you say, "I don't really matter." Will that work in a relationship? Because, like I'm saying, if I'm plus size and I'm happy with it, I'm happy. And if the person is not happy with my plus size and I'm already in the relationship, what do you reckon?
Um, I would say that what level of the relationship is it really when I'm receiving this feedback, whatever it is? I really need to know, because if we're in the start of a relationship and I'm getting someone that is, pointing out flaws and mistakes and faults and things like that, well, why are we even going to be together? And if it's a different relationship, where if we're married, for example, of course I'm going to care about what my husband thinks of me. Of course, we have a relationship together, and of course he's going to care about how I think about him. And therefore it's important to understand that constructive feedback is important. Okay, so I believe that obviously for two people to be together, they must share a lot of values as a start. And if they do share a lot of values, then that means that I will receive feedback happily, because there is some commitment and there's some devotion there in the relationship. So I believe it's all about where is this coming in the relationship, what stage, at what depth. And
Mhm.
then, feedback, or someone tells me what they think of me, doesn't necessarily need to be something bad. Someone might be really infatuated with me, and they think that I'm a great person. Well, I'm gonna love that, don't I? So yes, I'm gonna welcome that kind of feedback, and I'm also equally going to welcome other feedback, and I'm gonna consider it.
That's so
Because
good.
yeah, because tell me something. I care about what you think of me,
That's true.
and also you do too. So what does
Yeah.
that mean? That means because we have a good relationship as
That's
friends,
right.
and I want to get feedback from you.
Mhm.
Don't I come and ask you, what do you think of that? What do you think of me doing this? I'm asking for feedback from a friend that I dearly trust their opinion. So therefore, that means sometimes it's very actually good.
Fantastic.
And
Fantastic.
also, Timmy, before you continue, we get into relationships looking like a pencil, and as time goes on, you grow. We become bigger and better.
We expand in every way.
So if getting bigger and better becomes an issue, then I agree with the writer of this book saying, you that make use of the door facilities whence you come from.
Now, and it's true to discuss about this really because these sort of things are what informed our worldview. Because now we're discussing about it, we're thinking about it, and we're finding a balance and midway. What really suits you? Because sometimes they giving you feedback maybe is to assassinate you, or maybe is to enhance you. So we need to be able to identify which one of them they are doing. But one of the things that is she was talking about nice girl. So she's making nice girl a bad thing from the painting. She says, but she says something that nice girls, they don't know when to stop caring or stop doing something. And she said that they're doing this to please a man, to do everything because society has made them, the men, the women, everything around them made them to do this because they think then if they become a footmat, they will be able to hold a man. Wrong. I agree with her. For me, I think it's true. You don't need to be a doormat. And she did a comparison about bee woman. Let's just say bee woman. That the bee women, they they hold their ground, and the man is trying now to actually validate themselves. Like, do you am I what position am I still in your life? Because like now it looks like am I still in or not? So you making them more curious, and it's very intriguing to do that, and I believe that, and I think a lot of times she even said most women worldwide, they missing this point, that you don't need to turn yourself to a footmat, and the men don't want a woman like that. They want a woman that is unpredictable. They want a woman that is intriguing. I mean, we cannot dismiss that, I reckon. But again, it depends on the stage, doesn't it, in the relationship? Because these days, now and days, we see how the girls are very strong and they achieving and they're doing some, and they say they emasculate the boys. Now, so those strong women that are striving and doing all that now in this age and days and age, the boys are intimidated that. So this I'm just trying to review this book. Please help me out here. That she says strong woman that know where they're going, they're doing something, the man is very intriguing, excited, and want to know, am I in, like, what position am I in your life, because you're getting things happening in your life now. Good if you're in the relationship, I reckon. But beginning of the relationship, how do we do it to make sure that the men or the boys are not intimidated by the strength of the girls? Because it's happening right now, really. I mean, I know what you're going to say, Heidi. Heidi is going to say, are we now going to say the girls should reduce themselves so that the boys will be, I don't know. I'm just asking. how do we balance this list? How do we balance to make sure the boys are not intimidated? Because what Sherry was saying is that the men like the women that is achieving, the women that is doing this, and they, you know.
For me, really, if that's what the man likes, then that's what he gets. The women are there now, where the
Hmm.
women are not like us, where we were praying and trusting God 40 days fasting for His will. No, that's not what the girls are doing. The girls know their boundaries, the girls know their values, and the girls have got a life to live.
Mhm.
So, and those are the women that they wanted. You know, we came this far, we've given birth to these girls, and these girls are there. So now the boys must just do what the boys must do. We are not asking these girls to change. They are the ones who dictated this trajectory. And we are on course in terms of what they want. So
Oh
they
my.
cannot retreat on us and say, you know, you are too strong for me, what. Come on board, find your place, be the man that you are.
Come on. Well, you can preach that. Really sounds good, but we're fortunate to actually have a young adult on the show tonight, and she's also a feminist. She's the sort of feminist. What did I write for her? She's a sort of feminist that know who she is, and she doesn't see it as a weakness. She's feminine, but then she's strong. Amazing. This young adult is on the show. So we got the Makindays all the way from Tanzania. We're going to be having a chat to them very shortly. Let's go on a quick break, and then you'll see the Makindays. We'll be back. Before I bring the Makindays on the show, I'm going to read a quick profile of the man of the house. Today is in trouble because we're going to be asking him all these questions right here. But anyway, he's a Nigerian-born resident in Tanzania. His name is Oluwagbenga Makinde. He's married with two Makinde Benga Makinde, married with two adult children. He's a banker by profession, 27 years banking experience. He's a chartered accountant, fellow Institute of Credit Administration, Nigeria, executive MBA in Business Administration, Lagos Business School. So these are elite school in Nigeria. She is currently the MD CEO of United Bank for Africa, Benin Republic. I mean, he was in 2019 to 2021, but currently MD CEO United Bank for Nigeria for Africa, Tanzania. I beg your pardon. Africa, Tanzania, January 22 to date. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome the Makindays. He's here with his wife, adorable wife. I don't know, they've been married forever and ever. They look so young, I can't even believe it. And their daughter, Tofumi. Their son is in Nigeria, is meant to be here, but he wasn't. I think he was doing his final year at the University of somewhere in Nigeria. They're going to be on the show to talk to us. But by the way, the woman is my only sister-in-law ever, the only girl that the whole Ajayi's own, so they have. So this is their pet. They love this one to beat. She's spoiled brat. But anyway, let's bring Mrs. Makinde and Tofumi Makinde on the show. Hello.
Yeah. Hi. Hey. Good day to everyone all over the world. Good day to you and to me. Good day to everyone.
Good day.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. That's Mrs. Makinde. This is Miss
Thank you for
Makinde.
having us here. We are really
It's a pleasure.
we are most grateful. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to have our signature family all the way from Tanzania, talking about feminism. Said, see this little woman here, she's such a feminist. And the father has been talking to her, calm down. Like, I'm not coming down, but anyway, welcome, welcome. Would you please introduce yourself? I've read a bit about you guys. You're from Tanzania and you're touring Australia for how many days?
Yeah, I think
For 14 days.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes, on this.
So, so Tofumi is getting an admission at the university. Can you tell us, Tofumi?
Okay, so I'm about to do my master's in finance in Canada. In
Audio is a bit. Your
okay,
audio-
can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can.
Okay, so I'm going to Canada for my master's in 2 weeks in master's in finance. Yeah, so I'm also
Mas- She's going to Canada for her masters. This
yeah,
little this little girl already doing masters. And you are you a chartered accountant now, like your daddy?
yeah, yes,
Amazing.
yeah.
Imagine she is. And your little brother is in Nigeria. Tell us a bit.
Okay, my little brother is an undergraduate in accounting. He's currently studying in Pan Atlantic University, which is one of the best universities in Africa and Nigeria. So he's in his final year.
He's doing an account. He's studying accounting as well.
Yes,
So did you just want to open a bank or what?
probably in the future. Watch out for us. Watch out for the kids. Very
Oh,
soon.
watch out for the marking day. She
Marking
said,
the are about to take over.
"Oh my gosh,
Yes.
oh my God, Benga, you've been in Benin Republic. I mean, in 2017, was it to now? I think you were in Benin Republic.
Yeah, 2019,
18.
January, I mean, December 2019 to December 2021. So I was in Benin precisely for 2 years. I'm the CEO at the Bank for Africa. Benin.
Wow. I'm sure the ladies want to ask you now, CEO of a bank. So what does that mean to us? We can get money or what? I'll let you go, Heidi.
Thank you so much for being with us. So we were just talking about relationships, basically, and we would love to get your input and a reflection from your own life about, what is a happy marriage
Oh.
from your
Yeah,
perspective?
thank you, Heidi. I hope I pronounced your name very well. Yeah, thanks for the question, and thank you, greatness, as well. Good to see you and entertain you. Thank you, great people, beautiful. Yeah, and the definition of happiness, um, it's where you find excitement. Who you find excitement being with at all times. That is where happiness. Who is you want to be with at all time, and you feel on top of the world, and nothing else matters to you. And that is where I see happiness in my marriage. When I'm with my wife, there is nothing else. We just want to be together. And I'm being real. We've been in this for 33 years. I was
How many
19,
years?
33 years.
Oh yeah.
19 when I met her. And we dated for 10 years. And we were married for 23 years. So all that matters is just what we do together everywhere. In the Republic, yeah, before then everywhere. Being together, happy being together. Yeah. I think the first time we were apart for more than 3 days was in 2016 when she came to Australia for her brother's birthday and make it. That was the first for a month. And then she came back well, like knew I would like to go together because the first thing was a miss apart for so long. It was like anyway, I'm happy to be together. And I really want to have an important time. And it's like the whole scheme that is the wine gets older, the better it becomes. And that is the experience for me. Thank you.
Did you hear that clearly? When the wife was in Australia many years ago, he said that was the first time in the years of marriage that the wife would depart more than 3 days. And before the wife came back, he was almost dead. Like, so he said the wife must will never travel without him again, never. And I'm sure that Tofu will be like, I'm not doing that. You know, you go and let me, you will not. But Benga, do you think if not for you, your marriage will have been sweeter? And did you think, because really, when we like, for example, when I got married, it was my husband that was really really interested. It was him that was doing a lot of effort. Left for me, I probably would not be where I am today because I was careless. I can't be bothered. I was too much. I can get anyone. Da, da, da. and and I could have lost, by now. Do you think, I'm sure one of you actually really carried the bulk of the deal. Who do you think? I was asking Remy. Remy, do you think if left for you, you will be happily married today? Or you know?
Um, Honestly, I wouldn't really say if not for me. I think it's both ways. We
Okay.
both put effort into marriage because the love was not one-sided, it was both ways. I think he puts as much effort as. So if not for him, if not for me, if not for the two of us, we wouldn't be here today. We wouldn't be
Well, my husband said, I think your marriage is better than our one. Because initially I can't talk like that. I've got a question for Tofumi. Tofumi, they were saying that there's this lady called Sherry Agoff is talking. She's talking about nice women and some bitches women, and then she's saying that the nice women are the one that gives their lives away in thinking that the man will love them, reciprocates the love, and that a lot of times the men don't do it, and that is nothing that you should be doing. What do you say to that?
Okay, so I really believe, you are who you are at the end of the day. I feel like if you want to be a bitch or if you want to be a nice person, you'll find who suits you. You're not going to change yourself to be a bitch because a man prefers that or a man will treat them better. The thing is, I don't believe you find who suits you. Personally, I'm nice, but then I would never let anybody walk over me. And I'm not I'm not a complete bitch or I'm not a bitch. But then nobody is going to walk all over me. Nobody is going to treat me like the doormat or walk all over me or anything. I'm always going to stand my ground. So regardless of what you like, what you think, I will do my own thing. So that's what I do.
I like that. I really like that. And I'll let the ladies ask you some questions before I go to my next one. Has anyone got a question for anyone?
Yes, I wanted to ask Madam, in relation to, healthy boundaries that the writer talks about. Which are the boundaries that you have set in your relationship in order to embrace your independence and your own happiness?
I didn't get it. Can you
Yeah.
come again?
So, what boundary have you set? For example, some of the boundaries we set here in the Western world is like maybe if your husband snores, you tell him to wait out at the lounge room. You sleep 2 hours before he comes. For example, those are the kind of boundaries. Because if I haven't slept and you come in, you're snoring, I'm not going to sleep all night, and it's annoying, and we can't take that. So, Do you have something that you a boundary? Do you because a lot of times we don't set boundaries. Do you have any boundaries that when you do that, you're in trouble?
Mhm.
Okay, let me have a quick think about that. I think I've set a boundary for real, but okay, I said, tell him when you go out, let me know exactly where you're going, what you're doing, where you're coming back. And if you are going to exceed the time you have set that you go, let me know. Let me know why. I think to a large extent, this has been good for us. That's
As
one.
a CEO, you can know where he is and what he's doing of
Yes,
an African bank.
yes.
Oh my gosh, kudos to you because even here it won't happen. Like I'm the CEO, babe. I'm the partner of the universe. So that's a good one. I like that. I'm learning that, or I'm telling my husband, let me know. Next- I hope he's
Has really
watching
worked for us with very large extent.
because you're a very, very caring person, really. I think that's oh wow, somebody is talking. I think that is what initiates that kind of a thing because especially coming from Nigeria, when people go out in Nigeria before they went to Benin Republic and Tanzania, they went first in Nigeria. And sometimes you go out in the morning, people needs to know where you are because you could be kidnapped for all you know. So I guess that's the kind of thing that we initiate that kind of a thinking.
But I don't think I could add one more boundary that she said. On I would say inadvertently, and this was at the early stage of our marriage. That was like a year, 6 months into the marriage. She made me realize that I wanted perfection, and I complained.
So you wanted attention?
Perfect.
Perfection,
Oh,
perfection.
perfection. Yeah, I'm not
And
surprised.
and at that time, I used to. It made me realize I complained about too many things like that, and wasn't happy about that. And I took a decision to change that.
Wow,
So
nice.
yeah, and the change was so dramatic that it also influenced me positively in my professional life. It even goes beyond that because I realized a lot of things. And you know what? The fact that this is the way I wanted things done didn't mean that was the best way things were done. There are other ways, other options. And bringing others' perspectives and expectations into what I think really helped me in accommodating people and also expanding my horizon in terms of relationship with people. And our testimonies to that even at all.
At
But
work.
she actually, positively, based on feedback, she actually, it was a good one, but today I think actually,
Wow. Very interesting because we thought your wife is extremely quiet and she will be one of those. Oh, why are you laughing? She's not nice. We go on a good break.
I,
We'll go on a break and we'll be back. Welcome back on the show. We still got the Mackindays and we're talking to them about life and love, relationship. And the Mr. Makinde himself was just telling us that let's read this. The fact that this is the way I want things done doesn't mean it is the best way things could be done. Great wisdom. That's right. So if you're a perfectionist and you want to be doing your things some way, and your wife has an input, and you recognize that even that helped you on your personal level at work, that is great. That is so so good. And I was going saying before that your wife is very quiet. And what was the best way you resolve conflict as a couple? Oh, that's for you, Benga. I need to stop.
okay, yeah. Thank you very much. We, like I said before, we were married for 23 years,
23 years.
and I'm humbled to say that we've never had a situation where a two party settled any misunderstanding for us, and how have we been able to resolve our issues? Even our children sometimes don't even get to know. We had our unwritten rules when we have misunderstanding, probably all of that, and a third party walks in, that is that misunderstanding immediately. We start talking to each other, welcome party, thing, and all of that. Then the person leaves. Then he was like, SB, please, this one. I said, "Ah, you think I'm not still angry? I'm still very angry with you. I'm still very angry with that. And that ends it. Conversation is key in any relationship. I will say conversation. When that door of communication is open, and you know that whatever it is that happens, the love rules. You are in it together because you love yourself, and this is someone close, not that somebody picked up for me or whatever it is, someone I've dated for over many years and all of that. When I was 19 and all. So yeah, we know our steps. So whatever the issues are, it's about discussions, communications. And that communication should be with an open-minded view of, give and take, bring all this to the table, find out what. Let me give you an expression. Let me give you an expression that I will never, like I said, about years in a relationship. I realized that, we're having some discussion, argument about that. And I said, what? We did it for 10 years. Well, that's I didn't know we got married. Then I woke up midnight, 1 a.m. midnight for the years, 6 months relationship. And I asked her, why did we agree on fixing
That's
things?
love.
To the extent of I was the type that I could drop a pin in my room. In the thickness of all darkness, I will go pick the pin. Then you come back from work looking for the remote control, the TV, and all of that. Then she said, you know what? You complain too much. You complain about everything. Then, truthfully, I wept for 3 days. I said, this is a lady I love. We've been in this together for several years. We chose to be together. Why won't you be happy being with me? We've all longed for this. We prayed to be together.
Wow.
Now we have achieved that. Why should we be in any argument? And I made up my mind that you know what? I'm in a relationship. It's not about me, it's about us.
Mhm.
Different backgrounds coming together to build a home requires two of us coming together. And there must be things like whatever you want to call it, maybe some level of compromise, understanding, love, and also accommodating with that party. Knowing fully well that it's not just about me. No, it's about us. What is good for both parties? We want to be happy. That is it. We want to be together. We want to be happy. Whatever it is, we have to agree on it and move. And as a result of that, I've never dictated what happens at home. Even my children chose schools went to. I never did it. What happens at home, as we speak today, everyone prepares what to eat every day. There is no rule about that is eating this, everybody eats it. Or no, this is what you want. No, no, no. Everybody chooses whatever it is. And to like this, we've been very happy together.
Wow.
Getting
I must say, Benga, you're my second cousin anyway. That's aside. You are a good man. I know that at one time we were in Nigeria to visit you, and we were going out with you and your wife. I heard you ringing Tofumi at home. Tofumi, make sure you cook rice. Make sure I'm like the wife was sitting at the front like this, sleeping. Like seriously, he was the one organizing Tofumi to do this, Tofumi this. Like oh my gosh! And I remember even one day you pounded yam for us
oh
because
yeah,
I don't know if your wife pound yam. So Heidi, we have a
I
pot.
do, I do.
I do not.
the yam, we have to pound it. He came from his CEO and MD, and then he came to pound the yam for us because the wife, she's, princess. I told you she's the only girl in the whole Ajayi family, so she gets away with whatever. And I think the husband recognized that, and you guys are amazing, and that's why you produce the best skit ever. Uh, I'll let the ladies ask you question because me, I've put few down that I want to ask you. But Liz, you are ready to go.
Yes, I've got a question for Madame again. I just want to know which attraction principle did you use during courtship that got him hooked on you?
What made you to love this man? What did you see in him?
No, which
Well,
attraction principle did she use
How did
to,
you seduce him?
yeah, to keep him coming back until she said yes?
Okay. How like asking, or how did he catch me?
how did, how did he catch
I
you?
like asking, or how did he catch me?
Yeah.
Because
Right.
now I feel he was told me, not me now. Because then I had quite a number of people. It wasn't the only one. It wasn't the only one then. I really
The
can't
daughter is laughing. Is like, mom, for real?
yes, yes.
That's it.
I really can't say this is why I think it's just natural. Even now I can say, guy, you're not because of this, because you are this, because you're that. I
Right.
think it's just a true love.
Mm.
I think it's just we're just attracted to each other naturally, no strings attached because this or that. That's all I can see.
It's God. You're very lucky because it could go either way. This is what people like Tofumi will not do. We all did all that, just marry and go. But people like Tofumi now, they're very detailed about what
We have
they are
spec.
looking for,
We have
and
spec.
they
In my
expect.
own time, there was nothing like spec. You won't say that this is my spec. I want this kind of man. You just come.
Exactly. Tofumi, you know, would you attraction principle? Okay, all right. They said a woman should live independently. They live their life independently and primarily for self, and and it is the one that can okay, the women that live independently of themselves and they live their life, they're the one that sustain men. How do you define that? Is that the kind of feminist you're talking independently? And can I say that we want our children to be strong, to be educated, and to be impactful in life? And so we still want you to carry that even when you're married. So when you're married, we don't want you now to drop your life that we say, strive and achieve. Now you're married, come down and become. That is, I don't believe in that as well. But they said you should live independently. Is that the kind of thing? And what does that interpret to you when a woman live independently of themselves or that? Even in relationship, is that what's that?
Okay. So I believe that when it comes individually now, besides relationship, I feel like yes, all women should be independent. Independent in the sense that, they're able to, fend for themselves, they're able to think for themselves, they know what they want and everything. Even besides thinking for yourself, it's okay if your parents are providing for you, I'll always be a daddy's girl. Like I believe that even when I'm working, I still want my father to pay my rent and all of those things. So
Sorry,
I
sorry,
can
to
provide for
let me
myself.
check. 1 second. Ladies, can you hear Tofumi clearly or the audible is cracking?
I can't hear properly.
Oh,
Uh-huh. The
okay.
audible is maybe closer to the mic.
So let me move. Okay.
Mm.
Okay. So yeah, so like I was saying, like I always be that this girl. I would always, you know, want my parents to be there for me and everything. But like yeah, in terms of being independent, I I feel like you should know what you want in life. You should know the direction. Obviously, not everybody really knows the direction you want to go, but you should be working towards trying to explore the direction that you want to go. Explore different directions so you can pick something, even in other aspects, in your friendship, know the kind of friendships you want. Just know things about your life, research about yourself,
Mm.
discover yourself. So that's what I think being independent is. Now, bringing that into a relationship, so many people will enter relationships and lose themselves. They would lose themselves completely. They would do everything for their man. It's always my man, my man, my man. And I'm not saying you should not do my man will be my man. If you love that man, my man will be my man forever. But don't lose yourself in your man, especially when you guys are not married yet. Like you're single until the day you get married, even when you're engaged. So don't be my man, my man, my man. I'm doing this for my man. I'm putting my everything for my man. I'm just going to like I really don't feel you should just my man, my man, my man. After you guys get married, yes, show him to the world. Do the my man, my man, my man. But don't lose yourself. Still be independent. Still think for yourself. Even if you're now thinking for two people, you should not lose yourself in that. I feel it should be a healthy balance. It should be a healthy relationship. Yeah, that's what I think.
Wow, that
Yeah.
is amazing.
Thank you.
ID, you've got a 23-year-old daughter. Does she sound like her?
I believe they're very similar in many ways.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
And
they have so much wisdom, and I really appreciate that about this generation. And I noticed actually your dad said something about self-love, and that's what I wanted to ask about. So in terms of self-love, I honestly believe that that's all just like my personal view is that the more I am able to love, respect, appreciate myself, I am able to love, respect, and appreciate my partner. And self love, self respect is one of the most important pillars that actually stands solid in a marriage. And, that book that we were discussing today was about, really honoring yourself. And
yeah,
so I really would love to hear from you about that. What do you believe? And how do you believe self love has actually helped in sustaining a happy marriage?
Okay. That question is for me, right?
Yes, please.
yeah,
Yeah, thank you very much. For that question, very, very important. And it's like saying you can't give what you don't have. And there is one person that I respect so much, which is the Covey of Grace and Memory, the 7 habits of highly effective people. I think he did 8 habits. The first 3 habits are about self victory, knowing yourself, who you are, being control, and everything that's around you, action, reactions, and all of that, over your actions. So when you speak about yourself, being yourself, it's about knowing who you are, knowing your strength, and then bringing that into relationship. There is one thing that I believe that there is no difference between my wife and me. We are one. And if we are one, it means that because I love myself, I want her to be as happy, even not even happier than I am. So I've got to do that first. And that is why from the beginning, from the day we got married, I do not have a separate purse for bank accounts. She's a secretary, to my bank accounts. Everything we have today, she had the same right of access, financial rights to those assets. She can still do hand here right now, write a check and to be honored. There is no difference. I had several conversations where guys say, "Oh, how do we do that?" She moves away with every of that. I said, "Well, I don't think that would happen." And then that happened, you know. Just tell the kids, my mom is done with everything. So please just go with her and let me just walk away. So go out and to just figure myself out and I know I will do that. And because, like Shadi said, the first day I met her in 1990, the first time I would speak to her, I said to her, "You are my wife." And she was like, "Are you okay? What the hell are you talking about? How?" But all along today is I don't see a difference. So she's me and her, we are one, and the same way we've been together, the children, all of this. So if I want happiness for myself, she must be happy. It's when she's happy, then I can find that happiness.
I agree.
Not because I'm being unhappy, then I say I'm happy. You can't be happy. But once she's happy, she's there for me. And in every career move, she has been a major factor. Even in my career move, moving from one bank to the other. I've worked in about 6 banks. Even when I got the role of a CEO, her consent was sought. If I should go for that, I should do that. Of course, this goes for us. Moving from being as a CEO to Tanzania as a CEO, her consent was sought. Do you want us to move? This is what is going to happen out of that. And she said yes. So because at the end of the day, for me, I look beyond now. I look beyond when I'm 70, when I'm 80. Experience has shown me that when you have a wife as your friend, the man most likely will have a happy life and towards the end of life. Live longer, healthier, and a good relationship with children, because at the end of the day, the mother controls the children. Today, my dad is 73, my mom is 72. I take a good care of them because my mom will tell me this is what your dad needs. The need of their met first, even before. Simply because of the way my dad treated my mom. They were not educated in the Western way, but I knew my dad kissing my mom even without Western education.
Yeah, I know.
I never once lifted hand to touch my mom. That the last time he did that was about 3 years ago. And the stories I worked for the day for touching my mom, and he vowed I will never do this again because my son was sad because of this. So for me, for a man to have a good life, put your wife first, put your family first.
Fantastic.
And when you retire, when you are your old age, that is what you have invested in the relationship of your family. That is my philosophy, and that's my.
I know. So, Benga, thank you so much for that. And Mama, thank you for your input. And I know that you guys, I knew the day you started from this relationship. I think it was a end of the year party, if I'm not Christmas party, and you came to the house, and that is like, who is that boy? I was there, and I remember very clearly. But anyway, I know you guys. But you were talking about, I'm going to answer some few questions about giving your wife the bank card. Again, I remember when she was in Australia a couple of years ago, you gave your wife the bank card, but your wife did not spend $1. So your wife doesn't spend money, so you just gave her the card. It's like, it's true. She was going to buy something, and then the token, she had a token that she needs to put the pin number, and she's like, oh, this token kept on going too frequently. I'm not going to be bothered. I'm like, just put the token. There's money in this card. Can we spend it? She spent nothing, but your wife is very diligent with your money, and that's why you trusted her. Or you trust her. So the other question, I'm going to quickly let us answer the question that they put up. Is it bad to be vulnerable to our partners? Is it bad to be vulnerable to our partners? Liz, can you please get that? Is it bad to be vulnerable to our partners?
Well,
I think Liz wants to say something.
Okay.
There we go.
Um, if you're in a relationship, you can't hide your vulnerability because it inevitably will, show up. So support yourself, support your system to be able to come in a relationship as authentic as you are and be appreciated and loved and accepted for who and what you are instead of hiding certain parts of yourself and either implode or explode somewhere down the line, and people around you wouldn't understand where this is coming from. So, if your relationship has really moved through the level of trust, then come out with your vulnerability, share, your strengths and your weaknesses with the people around you so that you get the required support in the times that you are weak, because your weakness equally affects the entire team. If it is a family, if it is a team at work, and there is a need for the team to know your areas of vulnerability or your areas of weakness so that you can be paired up probably with somebody who is complementary in that aspect,
Yeah.
and or else so that your partner can build himself up, empower himself in that aspect, in order to know that when it's that time of the month, I should be able to either take her out to this place or bring a surprise gift or whatever, but let your vulnerabilities be known so that people can adjust themselves accordingly for as and when.
That's fantastic. Benga, did you have to add anything to being vulnerable?
No, I think greatness is all. And what I would say is, for a relationship to be a true relationship without prejudice, you've got to be vulnerable to each other. And that's where the complementary role comes in. If we understand that we complement each other, then we have to be vulnerable to each other. Then that is where it's the completeness of the relationship. There's no point hiding anything. The moment you begin to hide, you feel, oh, I don't want him to know my weaknesses, like that, then that's not a relationship. That's why things break up eventually. But when you know that this is my weakness, and then he compliments you as he compliments him, then that makes it perfect.
Yeah.
And then you build on weaknesses to become a whole very nice, interesting relationship that you all be happy about. As a matter of fact, that is how true love.
Yeah.
You know
Uh,
my weaknesses, you take me from where I am, then you help me also to be stronger person, and and everything works for us. That's it. Not about how beautiful I am or money or whatever. No, no, no. No, love me with my weaknesses. Show me love. Help me. Yeah.
exactly. That answers the question that somebody was asking. So, how do you be a helpmate? If I don't know your vulnerability or your area of vulnerability, how can I help you? The name of the book is "Why Do Men Love Beaches?" Sorry, I have to read it. It's the title. Why do yeah, why do men yeah, why do men love beaches? That's the book, and it's written by Sherry Agov. Yeah. Uh thank you so much. I think we're running out of time. But there is something else that I was going to ask. The question was, if your wife says to you, don't accept the CEO Tanzania, would you still have moved? Yeah. Don't tell us what we want to hear. Just tell us, just tell us how you're gonna connive and just manipulate her to allow you. I believe that's what you're gonna do.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I asked this question by giving a general principle of communication that we have and approach. Even the way we train our children, you don't tell me no, you tell me why.
There
And
you
my
go.
children, and even my children, we don't tell them don't do this, we tell them why you shouldn't do it. Because sometimes I mean, look at background for where I come from, where we were trained as children, we always come out with don't do this. No, you never know why. And sometimes you feel that your parents were intimidating you and all. So if I said no, then I would have asked why She's saying no. And she put up her reasons. And if I wanted it, I put forward my reasons. And there are instances where we invite our children, we table things between the four of us. We have to take a decision. These are the pros and cons. What do you guys think? And it's to my daughter is 23, my son is 20. Everyone contributes. At the end of the day, we agree. And once we agree, that's the way the Bible goes. And it is collective responsibility. And that is how, if I remember that group chairman asking me when I was going to move to Tanzania, that go discuss with your wife. Because when he interviewed me for the first role, it was very clear to me my wife had a role to play in my father's decision, even though, yes, I didn't get it. But her consent, because I can't sacrifice my marriage at the altar of my professional life. So that's what I have to balance that.
Can I say it's been an amazing time? Normally we go for half an hour, but because we got you, we're going for an hour, and it's been really fantastic. And I learned something today just because you said you asked your husband must tell you where he is. My husband said, I'm in the office right now. He's just telling me that because he heard something. But they also said, I think it was Leko was saying that every man that marries and have a good marry and have good relationship, they say the first time I saw them, I said to them, they're my wives. I think when you see it, when you know it and you see it, no, when you see it, you know it. That's what I say. And if it's your path, really, you hardly ever depart from it. It's been an amazing thing. And our session with you guys, Tofu me, baby. Thank you so much. I love your impact. Mama Makide, thank you so much. And I cannot sacrifice my marriage on the altar of my professional life. Awesome. Right. Thank you so much, Jigbenga. We appreciate you this session. And the ladies, want to say goodbye to them?
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
For having us.
Bye.
Good night.
Thank you.